extension of Good Morning Uganda, which is Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo, in case you've just joined, and this is an extension where we continue going deeper into issues that affect us as Ugandans. Now, this morning we are going to be discussing something that I believe every Ugandan has used or it has been of help to you. And one of our late musicians, that is El Shama Eri Wamala Evergreen, came up with that famous song, Border Border. At least at a certain level, I remember when even His Excellency at one time used Border Border to get him to Kololo during his campaign rallies. Now, in case you've not used it as a passenger, at least there's something that they have sent to you and you need it very fast, and someone must choose a Border Border. Delivery men, the delivery services, a Border Border. Now, what is happening is there is registration of Border Borders in Kampala, the 5 divisions that make up Kampala. That is Machindye, Rubaga, Kampala Central, Nakawa, then Kawempe. They have to be registered by Kampala Capital City Authority. But also previously there was something that was registration. We had training happening at various divisions, and the RCCs for Kampala, they are resident city commissioners of cities. And this morning I have one of the resident city commissioners in charge of that is Rubaga, and that is Anderson Burora, with whom we are going to be discussing more regarding issues of the border industry. You're most welcome to our studios.
Thank you, Robert. You're almost my namesake.
Definitely.
Almost. I am Herbert, you're Robert.
Yes. Now, Herbert, let's understand what is going on, to be honest. At one time, we saw people coming to your office. You're the people in charge of these, register. Then now we hear even those that registered now can register with the KCCA. Some of these ordinary riders are saying, we don't know if this is the right thing, if this is the wrong thing. Then one time we had money required, no money required. What exactly are authorities in Kampala planning or want to achieve?
Thank you, and good morning to the viewers. First of all, it's an opportunity for me to be here, and I thank management for according us this opportunity, the right to be heard, as opposed to what is always trended and never verified. You see, everything that is to have a backbone in the future, in most cases, it starts illegal or it starts raw. Then you associate with it, understand it, then you start to formalize or legalize it by putting up frameworks that are befitting. So the issue of border has been with us, and for a long time we had, I am speaking we had, because there have been no endeavors, though some there have been attempts, to formalize them, to legalize them, to recognize them as a means of formal or public transport. And for that, we have had almost 3 decades of association with motorcycles without coming up with a clear framework for which it can be used to regulate it. So despite the endeavors that have been in there in the past, we think that it is at this time, at this particular moment, where it is going over the expected standards. Some of the expected standards is, one is in terms of criminality, motorcycles are a mover of a big section of criminality, be it in murders, be it in theft, be it in swiftness to move murderers or criminals, or even in petty crimes, phone snatching, bag snatching. You put your luggage on a motorcycle, you board another, this takes another route, and in no minute you can't locate it.
One time I got an experience that is a bit funny. It will happen to my young brother, Nelson. So his car runs out of fuel. He parks, gets a boda B, gives him a jerry can, 50,000, go to that petrol station and just get me fuel for 30,000. The man got the money, got the jerry can. So this man goes, Bob, where are you? I'm stuck.
But
I was
also,
like, but for sure.
But also murders. So besides murders, now we have a very, very big scare, which is accidents. According to the statistics, the road statistics, it shows that motorcycles, let me not tag borders alone, but motorcycles have surpassed cars in causing accidents. I've not interested myself in the current statistics, but in 2015, we lost 8,000 lives, 8,000 people. You see, 8,000, even if it is in terms of currency or money, it's a lot of money. So imagine losing 8,000 people on an account of motorcycles alone. Now, motorcycles carry 1 or 2 people or 3. Some go to 4 and 5, but that is on a low. An average is of 2 to 3. One motor vehicle carries 5, the capacity, the lowest is 5. I don't know if we also have the 2s, but those are
for the push and
the push, but 5 capacity to 72, I think. How come that cars that carry more people have now been overtaken by motorcycles that take 1 or 2 people? That is alarming, and that is a scare. If you go to Mulago casualty ward, you will come back saved. You will come back saying, I will never board a motorcycle alone, but when you reach on the main road,
it is the means of transport.
It is the means of transport available. So it means that we need to come up with a clear framework or clear guidelines for which we must regulate this, for which we must coexist, for which each and everyone must follow and understand. Now, moving into the sector itself, now there is a difference between bodas and motorcycles. Some people think that every motorcycle is a boda. That is not true. We have journalists here in UBC who use motorcycles as a means of transport, and I think UBC also owns some, I'm sure, for purposes of transacting business, moving reporters, delivering this, picking that. We have entities like National Water. Majority of their workers, engineers, move on motorcycles. We have entities like Umeme, banks, delivery companies, restaurants now. They are using motorcycles as a means of delivery and transport. But also we have people who use motorcycles as a means of public transport, which is boda in this case. Now, to me, who is a passenger, I should be in a position to tell who is a rider, and is this rider aware of what he's supposed to do? Because he carries Ntonyo, a journalist. He comes up with Anderson, RCC. He drops and picks a priest. He goes and picks a pastor. He drops and picks a imam. He picks your wife. He picks someone's girlfriend, someone's daughter, someone's son. And all of these people, this person riding them, picking and dropping them, is not coherent with the regulations on the road. He's not aware of how he or she is supposed to conduct himself riding on the road. That's why you find some of them, they want to overtake where there are signal lights or traffic lights. They want to come and negotiate through. This person has been held in the lights for like 3 minutes. The lights have let him go, but he can't go because there is a border rider
who may cross,
who is like negotiating through. And this person is also impatient. I have been impatient. I want to go. This one is saying, no, you cannot go. I also want to go. But you had your time, which has caused the accident. Some of them I have seen them with my eyes. Now, some of them we have been able to almost pass through them. So all of those things are things that have inspired some of us to be passionate about making sure that there is sanity. So that's why we came up with the arrangements. We are talking about money, don't pay this, don't pay. You see, we have tried to clarify this, but some people don't want just to understand. They just trivialize. They just want trivial things to. I like using this word, not.
Contribute to value chain development and marketing. Growth in the medium term will also be driven by developments in the oil and the gas sector and the continued improvement in execution of key public investment projects, particularly in the energy and the transport sector. Our economy is facing a number of challenges, though, including global and domestic shocks, which are affecting our economic growth aspirations. These include climate change, slowdown in global growth, all of which are affecting our government's financial position. I am happy that these challenges are going to be discussed exhaustively in this year's Economic Growth Forum, and we look forward to receiving your report and the suggestions how things can be improved. I look forward to the policy recommendation that we raise from this 6th Economic Growth Forum, which will inform our economic growth and budget strategies in the coming financial year and the medium term. As I conclude, I wish to thank the International Growth Center for the continued collaboration in research and organizing these economic growth forums. We are glad to walk this journey with you, and we hope that this partnership will continue to flourish for many years yet to come. Now, it is my great honor and pleasure to declare this 6th High-Level Economic Growth Forum officially open. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will be a bad host. After I've made this statement, the Prime Minister wants me to go and handle a highly